What is going on, everyone? It's me, Naoto here, and today we're going to be discussing the new legendary summon Carnival banners that came to both the JP version of the game and the global version of the game. There's a lot of discussion going around this banner, whether or not it's good or bad for the game, and I think there's a lot of differing opinions on it, but of course I think there's two strong opinions. First and foremost, that it's bad for the game, and then secondly, I think there's a subsection, players in the player base who do think that is actually a fine change or a good change, right? Today we're going to be talking about that, and I'll be weighing like some pros and cons I personally feel like about the banner. But let's just discuss what is a Carnival banner here. So, a Carnival banner is a seemingly 7 featured LR. Almost a Dokkan Fist, but no, it's a 7 featured LR legendary summon banner, very similar to a yellow coin LR banner, except for 3 featured units as we see right here. There's actually 7 featured LRs that happen seemingly on yellow coin banners before. Along with that, there's of course 10 featured units as we see right here, bam, for a total of 10. Again, 7 of them are LRs, which, can be quite good for future, banners and stuff like that. And on top of that, there's a new coin, right? It's like a turquoise green coin. I'm not sure, what the community would agree to call it. But it's a new coin type for these Carnival banners specifically. And you could buy any character that's currently featured on the Carnival banner. And then in the future, you could buy future Carnival banner units, right? I mean, if we take a look here in the news, I believe they do specify about the coins here. If I'm not mistaken, is there a way I could actually bring this up? I know they specify a talk about the coins here. Let me actually try to find that. They talk about the coins in the news real quick. Alright, so yeah, I just found it right here. It's in the banner news info right here. But essentially, again, you can get 1 coin for every 5 dragon stones consumed. Carnival coins can also now be obtained from Rising Dragon Carnivals and Divine Dragon Carnivals. So the double rates banners that we've had, they also do give us this new type of coin. So like the Christmas banner, like the Peppy Gals banner that JP just had. I believe Global will also be able to get those coins from there, which is quite good actually. You could use 500 Carnival coins to exchange for an LR, and then 200 for the other featured characters that are just normal TORs. The SSR character available in the Legendary Summon will be available for exchange once they are featured again in the future, is what I'm understanding here. So, well, it says when he shows up again in the future, I'm assuming when he, again, is featured. So, like, let's say the Super Saiyan Goku, he returns either for, like, the Christmas double rates banner, or he's featured again during the anniversary. You'll be able to actually go ahead and get him. Which also means that these, of course, legendary summon characters, or these legendary Carnival summon characters, will be able to be featured on future Carnival banners, which I think is definitely a pretty big deal here. Right now, you can't exchange characters for Carnival coins, so I would say be careful with actually, selling and using these characters if you want to get as many Carnival coins as possible. Because it is a new coin, everyone has very little amounts, so that's one thing to really consider about this banner here. There's a difference between the JP and the global banners as well. JP has Kaioken and Goku, whilst global has Trunks and future Gohan, which I would say that the JP banner is definitely better because I think Kaioken and Goku is a superior unit here, but that's pretty much it from there. Now, moving on from what a Carnival banner is, let's talk about some pros and cons to how the Carnival banner really affects the game. So I do have 2 tweets here about what I personally think are pros and cons for it. Let's talk about the cons first, because I think that a lot of people are really focusing on the negatives for the banner, and let's just address that right away. So these are 2. I think I have a third one, right? But I'd say the new coin is definitely not necessary. In my opinion, having a new coin like that where you have 4 different types of banners to summon on now is definitely a little bit annoying. I think that they could have just easily repurposed the blue coins that we currently have, made that one actually useful instead of introducing a new coin, because it's like, I just think that it would have been way better just to do that. But unfortunately, that's not what they did. I mean, eventually, as time passes on, more and more people will get the new coin type, right? If they choose to summon on these legendary summon banners. But until then, everyone has a very little amount. The extra banner means more stones spread thin for free-to-play players. So, based on what we know with the Carnival banners, there is going to be a Dokkan Fest in Part 1 and a Carnival in Part 1, as we see. Then Part 2 will have the same format, where it's a Dokkan Festival and then a Carnival banner. This means that there's now 4 banners that you could potentially summon on instead of 3 banners that you could potentially summon on for, just both versions, right, in total. Which, I think that for players that want to maximize their stones, having 3 banners, of course, is just much, much better. And then on top of that, in the past, the 2 main banners, the dual Dokkan Festival banners, they both appeared at once, so you could really choose what you want to summon on. But now, since the one of the Dokkan Fest banners are in Part 2, people don't necessarily know, okay, would I like summoning on this banner better, or would I like summoning on the next banner? Because the time that the second banner comes out, the first one will still be up, but the discounts, the 3+1 specifically, will already be gone. So there's a little risk factor there, and that's, something that people also don't like, which is completely understandable, right? However, I think that with this banner specifically, people are looking at the featured unit listing and they don't really like it. I would agree the featured unit listing is not the best, for this banner right here, but I think there's 2 reasons for that. That people are not really liking as much as I think, or underselling the banner just a little bit. First and foremost, I think that there is like a concept in people's mind that they have to summon on this banner. I feel like for some reason, right? I know the Goku is really good, but this is still a legendary summon banner. It's pretty much a very similar thing to the yellow coin banners. It's just the top legendary summon in Part 2 split into 2 banners. You should still be focusing on the Dokkan Festival banners that have way more value. But I think people are like, comparing this to, another Dokkan Festival that could have been out at the same time. But that's not what you should be doing. You shouldn't be comparing this to, like, say, the Cooler banner, because this should actually be compared to another legendary summon like the Zamasu banner that I have pulled up here. And if you take a look here and compare this directly to the, like, another yellow coin LR, normal LR banner, this banner is way better in value, right? Like, just in general, the LR is so much rarer to get. So having them featured on these banners is really, really good. Like, would you guys take, like, Tech Trunks right here, or, like, the new Easy STR Full Power Frieza? Would you rather take this physical Trunks, this STR one right here, or would you take, like, Revive Vegeta? Even these 2 guys are upcoming in Easy A's, right? This guy is getting an Easy A, right? I think that people are not looking at it the right way. They should be looking at it, okay, this is actually a huge step up from what the actual top legendary summon banner is. On top of that, there's also the free multi, right? I guess I'm going into some of the pros here, right? Just because I'm kind of disputing it a little. If you can't tell, I personally think that overall, this is a better change from my perspective. But I understand why people don't like the change, because, again, there's more banners to summon on. And, especially if you like this Goku a lot, having a Dokkan Fest banner with Dokkan Fest units around him would be much better to summon on, and I completely get that for sure. But you should be comparing this to a legendary summon, normal one, not an actual Dokkan Fest banner. I think that's one thing that people are looking at this. And yeah, again, that's really the whole point about that, is that, they're looking at that. I think I said something else. Again, I do agree that the future units will be better, but keep in mind, they state that Carnival Alarm banners, LRs, like I said earlier, are going to return on other Carnival Alarm banners. So there's a lot of different opportunities for them to release these Carnival LRs. I think there's like 7 different LRs that could potentially be released that are Carnival status. I think during, of course, Christmas, which is double rates LRs. I think during the anniversary we can get 2. Golden Week we can get 1. I think for sure during Tanabata we can get 1. Worldwide Celebration, we know we're getting 2 already. And if you count that up, that's all 7. Because it's, of course, the major celebrations basically are then, the 1 LR double rates banner that we get per year. So because of that, you have to keep in mind that, like, let's say next year, there technically would be enough units, Carnival units, to actually fill up a whole banner. Now, they won't do that. But let's say next, like, again, during anniversary, maybe one of the Carnival banners will have this Goku on it, and then the other one will have the whatever the Part 2 one, whether it's like Metacooler or Goku and Vegeta. And on top of that, There's also the thing that recently we've went into a major power creep with the 200% leader skills. So it really elevated a lot of certain units and just made a lot of certain units pushed back down in terms of their usability. So a lot of these like yellow coin LRs previously have kind of been power crept. So that's another thing that I feel like it's not necessarily the banner's fault, but I think it's the way the game moved compared to the banner, which is an unfortunate thing. But let's say in a year from now, there could be a bunch of extra busted LRs here. The issue is that it's just the first banner. And if we talk about this first banner specifically, again, the banner itself is not really visually like appealing in terms of the characters that are featured. But I think this is a thing that is more so set for the long haul, for overall the future. And then eventually, as time passes on, these banners will get better and better with more carnival units here, especially with the quality of units we've been getting, right? I think that's one of my good points. Characters are more likely to have better overall kits, right? Compared to like yellow coin LR banners. Well, firstly, let's talk about this, right? Compared to Zamasu directly to this Goku, I think Goku just try better than like what the Zamasu would be as a unit, right? I think that's no like coincidence that they made Goku better, because he's gonna be a new Carnival Alarm. His leader skill is a 200% leader skill. Now, while the category picked for him is not the greatest, there's so many good teams in the game that they could reasonably, give. Like, what if there's like someone leads, like, what if he led like Super Saiyan or something, right? What if there's gonna be like in the future some type of hybrid Saiyan 200% leader skill, or bottom, I don't know, bond of master disciple, bond of friendship, parent-child bond, or something crazy, right? We have no idea, right? So that's much better than having a 150% leader skill for the meta, and for these teams that really need a 200% leader skills, for these units that really would like to get it. Like Tech Ultimate Gohan got one here, the AGL Blue Gogeta got one. I think he could easy A, stuff like that. And I think that overall the unit being better is obviously just better for the game. On top of that, there, I would say again the 3+1 is nice. So I would agree that honestly they should have just been double rates over the 3+1, because it is a carnival banner. I think one major confusion with people is that since it was a carnival banner, a lot of us were expecting this to be like a double rates banner, right? And then on top of this, again, I think that is much better than normal yellow coins. So I don't know. That's all the pros and cons that's kind of threw out there. Overall, I understand that as a free-to-play player, this system is definitely not the greatest change, for sure, right? You could argue that it's negative. And, I want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments below. I know a lot of you won't agree with me, and that's fine, At the end of the day, we're all humans, we have different opinions here. But let's take a look here. I asked some people to let me know what they think. We'll scroll through this. This is already like a 13-minute video. Well, let's go through this here. You're fine with it? Not now. It's very good, but opens up a lot of possibilities. I do agree. You like it, even though the banner isn't great, it's much better than a top legendary summon. I do agree. Let's see here. You hate the carnival. You wish it was double rates. Banner's not good. Goku being one of the headline units being locked away in a way is really bad. That's fair. Introducing a new coin is not ideal. I agree, especially without a pity. The celebration itself is good. Banners are the issue. When I say Goku's locked away, you mean that this banner and every banner here will be on the future? Well, it'll never be must summon for free-to-play players or low spenders. This banner is not good. It benefits mostly whales. Again, that's a very good point, because especially if you take a look at this banner, if they do consider to make the future banners like this, even though there's 7 featured LRs, it's like these 3, I'd say 4 are like only the only ones that are actually like viable and difficult content. I feel like Full Power Freeze is solid, right? He's not anything special, but I think he could be quite interesting. God Goku, you could use him against Cell Max, right? This guy, he's easy A, we'll see, right? But yeah, I completely see that for sure. It's a new legendary summon, better than previously, but you're still not summoning. Cooler's banner isn't even good. Well, I don't even agree with that. Okay, that from there I don't agree with that, but I definitely see the points right here for sure, because you're not, as a free-to-play player, gonna summon on these top legendary summon banners anyways. It's like specifically for this Goku, if you really wanted to see this Goku, like I'm sure this guy, well, wherever he was, lost him, but it seems like it seems like they're a huge Goku fan, right? And they can't get their Goku because the banner's just kind of bad to someone else. It's not really worth it, especially early on, which again is a thing for the banner early on. I think in the future, again, as more Carnival units come out, the banners will get a lot better. In the future, it could just very easily be like 5 Carnival units featured on the banner, right? Which is quite insane. It could be full Carnival in like a year, 2 years or something from now, right? I think that, seeing how fast we top grossing, for Akatsuki and the game's like longevity, this is a good thing. Because the more money that they make, the longer this game will last, I feel like, right? This one didn't appear at first, or some of these didn't appear at first because they're reloaded. You find with the Dokkan Fest being split up to generate more money, more of a hype, but you don't see why they had to make a new coin. Yeah, I get this, right? For sure. It could have been modified yellow coin. It could have been just a blue coin even. I don't think they had to make a new coin. It just adds another unnecessary thing. The coin system is not really even the greatest in the first place. So, I guess that's one thing about it. But yeah, again, the Dokkan Fest being split up allows, I feel like, the hype to be brought forth to part 2. Because I think part 2 is going to be a lot more exciting now with the Dokkan Fest compared to it just being 2 yellow coin LRs, right? If we didn't get him in the Dokkan Fest banner, you would just have the coins to get him when he comes back. But now you're 150 coins short because of the stupid new coins. And then I guess you didn't get Goku. Most of the units are an L. Yeah, again, very valid point. I completely see that point, right? The new coin, I think most people would agree. The biggest issue with this is the new coin. Not even I like that, right? I just think it's dumb. And I'm like more of an advocate for this banner, I feel like, compared to others. You don't think they should have introduced coins? Yep. It's not even double rates. Yeah, that's another thing. Skip to first miles, to be fair. If it has double rates of blue coins. Yeah, again, one thing I will say is we're going to get a survey confirmed by the end of the celebration. At that point, that's where you guys have to speak out if you don't like this banner. And they could definitely have changes in the future. But we need to speak out about that if you guys don't like the change or, anything like that. I don't think they're going to get rid of the coins, unfortunately, because it's kind of already just in the game implemented. So I doubt they would, change the coins. But maybe they could change the banner itself. Maybe they could just make the legendary Carnival banners the same as a top legendary summon banner and keep the dual Dokkan Fest format, right? Something like that. They could definitely change it, right? But everyone's saying loving this thread, got lucky and isn't judging the format itself. I wouldn't say so. You think, literally, let's see here. I think the idea behind it is good, the concept's good, it's poorly executed. New coins is not okay. Rather than release the dual Dokkan Fest part, this part 2. Again, that's exactly what I said. I think they could easily make that a change if they receive feedback on it. You don't think it's healthy for the game, and after sleeping you still don't like it? Well, you said you love it. I don't know. I guess is I'm confusing. Well, you think the idea is good, so I think I think it's understanding that in the future you see that it could get better for sure. Neutral ground is a step up, but not for everyone. Fair. Too early to say. Concept is better than having dual Dokkan Fest and the shitty yellow coin banners part 2. Now you have something to look forward to in part 2. Fair. Fourth coin is bad. It's probably going to be very rare since the format. I don't know. I think this format is going to be spammed, low key. I'll be real with y'all. I don't think it's going to be only twice a year, but we'll see. I think that at the very least 6 times a year if they don't do the Christmas double rates banner like that. No proper pity system. Exchange the new coins to red or yellow coins. Will the part 2 units press part 1 and 2? Let's just make the part 2 and part 3 units press part 1. So it's happening to Dokkan. Hopefully not. I mean, either way, I think a lot of it depends on your personal, compared to especially in Dokkan, it's so many units can be so much difficult content. Your box is entirely different from another person's at times, right? And you may need certain units to beat certain events. You may like certain unit qualities, right? I think the unit kits are so diverse that some people may think the part 2 LRs are better than the part 1. Some people may think the part 1 banners will be better, right? It's really a wait and see. I think they're really good at making these units, even though they're top tier, making them on a very similar level, though, which I think they would know what they're going to do, right? Elephant, you got lucky after 87 years. You love it. You despise it. Blue coins, no. Yeah, fair. Yeah, again, I get that. I think it's a nice thing to kind of spice things up because we've had the same format for a while. I just think that people don't necessarily change sometimes, which is fair. Heavily nerfed the banner. Well, again, that's the thing. You're thinking, yeah, exactly. We got a better version of your local banner. That's say what we usually would have gotten. But the thing is that I get that for sure, but you can't compare Goku, a legendary summon, to a Dokkan Fest because those are just completely different banner types, right? You love the carnival for sure. You get decent like you just don't like the format. Fair. You got shafted. Makes the overall celebration better instead of being burnt out with the content is more spread out and you don't get bored so quickly. Again, that's fair. Carnival will get better as we get more burnouts pretty bad. I completely agree. That's basically my sentiment right now. I think right now it's not the greatest, but I think it's more so like towards the future. And even now, having 3+1 is pretty cool. You like that they're testing new things. Roll tournament friend system, please. Yellow coin banners where everyone's pitching such a fits. Okay, cool. It doesn't bother you. And yeah, it seems like most people have oh, you got lucky right here, Han. Nathan, congrats, man. That's awesome. Look at him getting all these LRs. Future units this game very hard for people to get now. If they expect them to buy them yellow or red coins, they have to save them just to cost carnival coins. I mean, yeah, again, that's one thing. As more banners come out, this issue will be smaller, but still, having another banner type to have to summon on, definitely like for the coins, not really ideal for especially free-to-play players. Maybe they've been saving up their coins, right? That's really one big thing about that for sure. Sorry, I'm resetting my link level run. Let's see. Coins are bad. The release is bad. That's about improving the yellow coin banners. And we got the Goku Piccolo banner. Kind of a Dokkan will improve the banners next time, at least 2 rates. Okay, fair. You pull the new Goku, then the banner is good. Yeah, okay. I see what someone was saying earlier about that then. You like them more than you hate them. Only problem is new coin. Kish hates it. You hate it. You hate it. You only summon on Cooler. You got Cooler, but you got your third Super base first Super Gohan and Namek Goku. That's cool. You're at Carnival for 1 hour at least, but you love Carnival because Goku. Something different, you like it. New limited set of characters you don't like. Yeah, again, you feel like it benefits whales. And I think that's again a valid point. And from a player standpoint, especially for free to play, it's not a good change really in terms of that. But in a sense, them making more money allows all of us to play the game longer, because the more money that they make, the more long the game will last, right? I think that's a pretty simple process to think about like that. Rough starts when more units come out. Yeah, again, I feel like this is basically the same thing. I don't think they're gonna drop yellow coins completely, right? I think like, during like, these random, I wouldn't say random, but these non-major celebrations will get that still. Yeah, it's hard to say for both. Kind of, right? I mean, if you just summon specifically for the Dokkan Fest banners, it's essentially the same thing. They're just spread apart. So that's one thing to say. Cool. I mean, in a sense, right? You could use all the Part 1 stones on the Part 1 banner, and then Part 2 and 3 on the Part 2 banners. And then that way you don't have to spend all Part 1 stones on both of the Dual Dokkan Fest banner. It allows you to get technically more stones to spend on the banner if you're free to play. If you think about it that way, although you don't know how good the second banner is going to be, you're still going to have extra stones to summon on the secondary banner than you would if they're both in Part 1. You can think of it like the reverse way, right? Actual Carnival for Clowns, okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it here. Again, I feel like from here it's basically the same things. Let me scan here. Should have been back in December when Double Raids came out. Fair, I guess, But I don't think they really had that in mind necessarily, because they're making a lot of changes this year. Hate the execution. Makes it more difficult to decide which banners are pulling. As long as there's UI STR, okay, I guess. You're indifferent. It's just a mid-tier. You're above mid-tier spending, so gathering coins will be an issue. You think the main problem is lack of transparency. Telling us in the producer letter would help. I wouldn't negate the issue, but negate some feedback. Yeah, again, that's the whole thing. I think that even ever since like it was like shown, before the Dokkan Now leaked, people just didn't like it because there's like no information on it. And, even during the Dokkan Now itself, they provided very little information. So, yeah, we'll see how things look later on. For dual Dokkan festivals, 90 stones, you got nothing. I'm sorry to hear, man. I hope that, it's your choice at the end of the day. But If you didn't actually, I don't know, it sounds like you uninstalled both versions. If you do install it and hope to get the units again, okay, wish you best of luck. Hey, Carnival. I got Goku. I mean, he's usable. And some hacks, I guess. A lot of these big celebrations have separate themes. Yeah, that's cool, right? You could have like 2 different themes. Like, I don't think it's gonna be exactly this celebration, but like, you know, say in the future anniversary. Let's say we have part 1, or there's a random celebration. Part 1, Gohan versus Cell. Part 2, Gohan versus Cell from the different eras, right? Something like that could be interesting, or you know, just completely different. Yeah, I'd say that makes sense, right? If they put this the dual Dokkan festivals, then the carnivals in part 2, people would like that a lot better. Terrible decision. Okay, cool. There's a lot more replies than I thought. Okay. You love Carnival. We got 4 from Lucky, man. Okay, cool. I'm just scanning through this to see if there's anything new that I feel like really seen. But from here, you have not summoned. Okay, that's fair, right? Again, 2 times right at least, and then decent side units. Give us the Uniforce Pasha. That's fair. Wow, that's a pretty nice multi. Not bad. Totally not biased. Okay. It's great to get the yellow coin LRs on batter banners. I guess that's fair. That's a good thing, right? Part 2s will have more hype. Yeah, there's a good change in the long run. Yeah, I personally would agree with that, right? Yeah, exactly. With the carnival, every carnival banner name will have the carnival coins, right? So like the double rates banner in December, which is why it's very likely. Yeah, I still think that no matter what, the celebration is looking to be like the best one in Dokkan history, but we'll see. Yeah, Shaft, that's very unfortunate. You got cooler. The One Piece is real! Oh, I can't show that. That was so close. I just realized that. The One Piece is real. I'll end it with that. Oh my goodness, so much. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh my goodness. The copy pasta. Okay, I'm done. That's all the replies. Actually, there might be no more quotes. That's pretty much it. So, yeah, I think maybe there's something here. Indifferent, cooler featured. Okay. Unnecessary change. It's meh, but in the future. Yeah. That's pretty much it. So, yeah. Again, let me know what y'all think. A longer video for sure, but I just want to get like the full, like a lot of community thoughts in here and just talk about all the pros and cons, you know, stuff like that. Just break down the banner. So, let me know what y'all think. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.